What's up, everybody? How are you doing today? It's Friday. It's time to stream. My name is Jan. I'm a Neogenian. I'm also a sociology major, and I live stream and I do social and political commentary, as well as a medley of other random shit. Today, we are going to be covering President non-elect Elon Musk and catch up with what he's been up to lately because he's been a very busy person. So we're going to take a look at that, and there's a lot of articles. There's going to be pretty much just primarily reading today, and we got a ton of articles. We're not going to have enough time to get through them all, but we're just going to have sort of an open discussion on this because, as you know, we are now very concentratedly being ruled by an oligarchy. Yes, my friends. The billionaires are taking over. I mean, they already have. Just more vehemently. So how is everybody doing? I see Mark is in the chat. Mark is one of our amazing moderators. And so is Elise, who goes by Imaginista, is also in our chat. Hello, hello. I see you now. I see Renaissance Fairy. Good to see you, as always. I see Spectral Chord. And I see Morg. Hello. We are just rolling in. I have not live streamed for 2 weeks. And I notice every time I don't stream for a couple of weeks, the next stream, for some reason, it takes a while for people to get notified that I'm streaming again. Probably something to do with YouTube algorithms, but I don't understand enough of that to explain it. Morg says, we missed you. I miss you guys too. I have officially finished my first semester of college. I have passed all my classes, my sociology class, my statistics class, my history class, which was in Western World, and then my English class, which is like college comprehension writing class. So I passed all those, and I'm very happy, and now I get a break to just come back and do the live streaming thing and take a look at what's going on in the world. I mean, I still take a look at what's going on in the world through school, but, you know, it's just like I'm so busy doing the assignments. Which there is one paper that I wrote for college comprehension class that I would like to turn into a YouTube video. We'll see how that goes. But it's already written out, so I just as well. It's an essay I wrote on comparing social media to the Tower of Babel, and how social media and the internet has failed the collective consciousness of the world at this moment. It doesn't mean it can't be fixed. It doesn't mean it can't be built again. It just means it's currently failing it, is the point of my paper. Cassie, hello, is another one of our wonderful moderators. Good to see you. We're just going to wait a little bit longer, and then we're going to get started. Again, we're only going to be live for about an hour today. And we got way too much to cover. Way too much to cover. If you have not already, please remember to like the live stream and share it. All right. Anything new for anybody this week? Anything going on? Let's see. I got maybe about 5 weeks until the next semester starts. Next semester will be nice because there's not going to be any math involved. It's not that I didn't enjoy the math course I took. It's just I'd rather get to writing. So luckily, I don't have to take any more math for the next 3 semesters. In which case, next semester will be, my classes will be Psychology 1, and then I'll be taking the Sociology 2 course. I will be taking a U.S. History course, which is U.S. history up until, like, the 1700s when, like, the colonies were, like, officially established and stuff. So it's, like, it's pretty much the Christopher Columbus part, the colonialization part. And then what is the other one I'm taking? Oh, yes, I have to take a critical writing class. So critical writing, U.S. history, sociology 2, and psychology 1. The thumbnail. Hello, Save Yourself. Welcome. Yeah, we're going to get started here in just a second. There is a lot going on. Too much going on. We're going to do a bunch of reading today. I have way more articles up than what honestly is necessary. So I highly doubt we're going to read through these all. But yes, it is true. We have, never mind President Trump. We actually have President Musk going on because, as you know, he is right in the back pocket of Trump, but even more so, he's front and center in, like, the front shirt pocket, I'd say. This is really interesting to me because with as much as Elon Musk has been busy lately, I'm surprised it's not stepping on Trump's toes yet. I'm waiting for the blow up. I'm really betting on the blow up. I'm betting on the point in time because you have Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and you have two very sort of prominent personalities, very narcissistic personalities, let's just say. I know that word narcissistic kind of gets thrown around a lot. But it's worth, I think it's worth saying that they're kind of both narcissistic personalities. They both like to be center stage. They both like the attention. They both like to be seen in a fair light, and they both love lots of power. So I'm waiting for the time when they both butt heads so bad it's like a fallout. It's like an ultimate explosion. I swear that's coming. Also on my bingo card for 2025, if they have a fallout so colossal that Elon Musk ends up going Democrat. I know that sounds insane, but I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, goodbye music. Thank you, music. Thank you, Mr. Music, for helping us chill out. So yeah, I'm waiting for the colossal meltdown. I'm waiting for the big giant fallout between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I swear it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. I would be shocked if it didn't happen. I don't see those two playing well in the same playground for too long, really. I'm shocked it's going on this long now. Hello, heretical response. Hope you caught this in time. Yeah, we're just getting started. We haven't even gotten into our articles. What do we got cooking up? Let's see. Oh, this is a pretty good one to start. I got 1 billion articles. By the way, I'm like looking at them right now. Let's get started. We're talking about non-elect President Musk right now. All right, we got a shit ton of articles. They're a medley of articles. Be wary of where articles come from. We won't necessarily agree with everything all these articles say. But we are going. But nonetheless, you got to start reading shit. So, all right, from the Atlantic Daily. Wait, do I have to become a subscriber? Get started? Oh, fuck you. Really? Fuck you. Oh yeah, these are great pictures. We'll look back at those later. Let me look for all these articles, and I didn't even see that one I have to subscribe. Will this be a good one? Yeah, okay. So, as you know, Elon Musk is sort of quote unquote Trump's first buddy, as he self proclaims. He's just kind of like right there. Trump, I guess, appointed him for the position of Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, which doesn't actually exist right now. I just want to remind you all. And it's pretty much it's made up. It's like a pipe dream, right? It's not like an actual thing. However, things that Elon Musk is suggesting, Trump is following along with, which is concerning. And I'm going to be saying the word concerning a lot because Elon Musk is notorious for just putting like concerning in response to like a bunch of like stupid shit. So anyways, Elon Musk by The Guardian. Guardian's hit and miss. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they fuck up. That's a lot of places, though. So Elon Musk holds no public office. He has never stood for election, passed scrutiny for appointment to a public office, nor commanded a political force of any measure. He is, however, the latest star and favorite of Donald Trump, the U.S. president-elect. So when Musk issues one of his off-the-cuff missive... hold on. So when Musk issues one of his off-the-cuff missives data, his decrepit social network X, Trump loyalists, almost all the Republicans, take him seriously. Wait, missives? Why does that word seem weird to me right now? Am I stoned? If anybody's new to my live streams, if I'm stuck on a word, I will look that shit up immediately. A letter, especially... what? He hastily banged out election missive. A letter, especially a long or official one. Okay. A missive. Oh, a note. He made a memo. Or a dispatch. He wrote something. It's like, you know, like when the king writes a letter and sends it, like, in each of the 4 directions on his fastest ships. You know, that sort of thing. I did not know that. That's actually a cool word. Missives. Mark says, painful long letters of complaint. Okay. So, Musk issued one of his off-the-cuff missives via his decrepit social network. Okay, so he didn't write a missive. He just tweeted. So he tweeted. And every time he tweets, Trump loyalists are like, okay. So yet now suddenly Musk has the power to shut down the government of the most powerful nation in the history of the world. He doesn't. Spoiler alert, that did not work. So, of the most powerful... and depose his party's legislative leader, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, a Republican lawmaker from Louisiana. Very clearly Wednesday morning, fueled by hubris and whatever else, Musk called... insanity? Fueled by hubris and insanity and ketamine. Musk called for the U.S. House of Representatives to reject the negotiated continuing resolution that it must pass this week to keep the federal government funded. This bill should not pass the richest human being in the world, wrote at 4:15 a.m., Musk followed up for hours using every derogatory word he could muster to describe a bill he almost certainly had not read nor understood. Any member of the House or Senate who votes for this outrageous spending bill deserves to be voted out in 2 years, Musk wrote Wednesday afternoon. Oh, my lord. This man tweets and they act like it's a fucking, like, template, like a fucking decree from Dog. Dog? God. Dog works better. Farmers would... where is my... So Johnson spent months garnering enough votes among his divided caucus, plus Democrats with whom he must negotiate to get such a bill passed, to send the resolution to the Democrats who control the Senate until next month, and then to the President, Joe Biden. Johnson knows the failure to pass this resolution would cause great harm to 4 million federal employees and those who depend on their service right before the holidays. Farmers would go out with subsidy payments. Small businesses would not get their loan payments. Kids and Head Start programs would have no place to go during the workday. Well, it's not happening at this point. I'm like, wait, when was this posted? Because this morning they're like, no, that's not happening. Oh, it's posted at like Friday 20th. I thought it was denied. I'm pretty sure it was denied. Can somebody confirm? I'm pretty sure it was denied. The government shutdown was denied. I'm pretty sure everybody laughed in his face. I mean... oh, shit. I have some shit to take care of with my, like, social services account. I don't think this has been approved. I'm pretty sure I read this morning that this government shutdown is not approved. But suddenly, yeah, it's okay, so where my brain is going, let me back up and explain to you where my brain is going. Because it's talking about all this stuff that you can't do if the government shuts down. And I was thinking how I actually need to make a phone call to, like, social services and like, get something taken care of, like, from my personal stuff. And I'm like, well, if the government shut down, I can't fucking do that. So anyways... blah, blah, blah. Services, so let's see. Senate until next month, and then to the President Joe Biden. Johnson knows the failure to pass this resolution would cause great harm to 4 million federal employees and those who depend on their services right before the holidays. Farmers would go without subsidy payments. Small businesses would not get their loan payments. Kids and Head Start programs would have no place to go during the workday, forcing parents to take time off work, possibly lose jobs. Active duty military personnel would work with no December or January paychecks until Congress passes such a resolution. Mark says comes down to a midnight vote in the Senate, like tonight? According to news reports... oh, wait. Oh, sorry, I skipped a paragraph. Because of this impasse, congressional Republicans fight to force Johnson to resign as Speaker, and yet another chaotic scramble for what that job would ensue. Oh, great. Really? They're not happy with Johnson? Okay, Johnson, the third Republican leader since Trump took office in 2017. Every time one resigns, the factions of Republican Party generate grinding conflict. The last one after Kevin McCarthy was ousted in 2020. Oh, I remember that. Negotiating a similar agreement with the Democrats yielded a standoff, and the ultimate accession of Johnson, considered a right-wing extremist and Trump loyalist, but talking to Democrats at all now makes one unacceptable to the Trump crowd. So there is a good chance that not only will the government not function for weeks or months, it won't even have the opportunity to come back until the Republicans can once again choose a speaker. That is not going to be easy. Well... rumor has it that they want to make Elon Musk Speaker of the House. Scary. Because you don't have to be running for public office or in public office to have that position. Scary. Scary. So, according to the news report, many Republican members of Congress took Musk's rant seriously and feared crossing Trump's new buddy, who allegedly will head some yet to be created federal office that is supposed to ferret out waste from the federal government. Yeah, this Doge department, this Department of Government Efficiency, doesn't even fucking exist yet. It's like it's not even it's a pipe dream for now. In such an unstoppable political environment with no real party discipline with Congress, figures like Musk have unprecedented influence. Being called out by some with that much volume would be debilitating to one's political career, I guess. I think people are just fucking spineless, to be frank. Which is a lot of politicians when it comes to like millionaires or billionaires. Like, they're absolutely spineless when it comes to the rich. So anyways, much about the second rise of Trump, like that of the first, undermines or overthrows everything we thought we knew about power and politics. Trump seems to maintain his support in spite of, not because of, his willingness to blow everything up, to flout norms of decorum and law, and to engage in fabulous hyperbole that, hyperbole, I never get that word, that bears little grounding in reality. Well, I mean, I guess I could see that. I mean, I could see Trump finding Musk useful as in the sense of just being like a wrecking ball at the moment. Just wrecking ball ass shit. And then it's the part, I think, where Trump would want to build his own empire. And if Musk continues to get in the way of that, it's probably not going to work. Unless Musk just continues to puppet Trump in some way, which I could also see. I don't know. This is a very strange relationship, frankly. Radical Response says, I hate this. How do I process this information and channel my anger towards something productive? Well, first and foremost, whatever you do with your anger, do not turn it towards yourself. Do not go into self-destruction. You know, do something with the anger that you get a benefit out of it, right? For example, and this is a very like, just a very oversimplified example because it's not the end all and be all. Like take up boxing, go for a run, like do something to spend that energy, right? It's not the end all and be all, and it sounds like silly and cliche, but if you have that energy, do something with it. Don't take that and turn it towards yourself, harm yourself, harm people around you, because you know, if you feel so powerless against the situation. Do something with that anger, expend that energy in some way that you get a benefit off of, that builds confidence. The only reason I bring up like exercising and shit like that is because it's like the immediate like example, but it's not the magical, it's not the only example, it's not the only thing. It's just like the thing that comes to my head up first. But like, because you know, like when you get angry, you just, you know, you want to do something physically, you want to move. That's a lot of what anger does. Anger tells you something is not okay. That's what anger does. It tells you that something is not right, so you have to do something with that energy. Yeah, like you said, finish your basement and your bathroom. Like, yeah, I mean, anger, things you do with anger don't always have to match the stereotype of it being destructive. Like, you don't have to, like, punch a pigeon or, like, kick a puppy off a cliff, you know? Like the anger, you don't have to express anger in a destructive way. You really don't. You can be very constructive with how you express anger. Just get the energy out. Do something that builds confidence. I think confidence is key, because then that you can take that confidence and take actions that like really help change the world. Like get involved with local organizations, get involved, you know, with your local politics, go to your local city council meetings and fight there. Call your representative and bitch at them, you know. Anyways, where are we? Okay. Back to, Musk. So much about the second rise of Trump. Oh, wait, no, we got that one already. So Musk, who built his early reputation as a charismatic leader of upstart companies like PayPal and Tesla, neither of which he actually founded. By the way, yeah, Elon Musk has never, like, actually started anything himself. He's only purchased things. He never actually invented anything. He just hired other people to invent things for him. He's not an inventor. He's not an innovator. He's just a shit. Anyways. So, getting things like PayPal and Tesla inflated his ego faster than he inflated his wealth, merged with Trump to share these features. Years of pushing the limits of automobile and financial regulation, often breaking those limits, but rarely held accountable for those abrogations, have left Musk feeling invincible yet victimized. He's a winner, or a whiner more than a winner. Yeah, he is a whiner more than a winner. But that's where him and Trump, like, get along so well, I think, in that sense, is because they both just kind of, like, fail and fall ass backwards into, like, big positions. The lessons of Musk's effort to shut down the U.S. government... Oh, wait, no. Musk is also... Oh, I missed this important thing. Musk is also an immigrant who worked illegally in the United States for a time, who has turned on immigrants and a former free speech advocate who has turned off the ability of his critics and independent journalists to find a voice on his platform. Yeah. In fact, I told you one of the essays I wrote for my college comprehension class, I wrote an argumentative piece about comparing social media to the Tower of Babel, and also comparing online quote unquote free speech as the Ouroboros eating itself. And this is definitely like an example I used in my paper where I was talking about how, like, Musk's idea of free speech, he declares himself a free speech absolutist, which means absolute free speech. Yet he's censoring people, journalists, and critics on his website that he deems the town square of freedom of speech. In the name of free speech, he has started eating himself. Like, it is a free speech that's eating itself. It is the Ouroboros. Ouroboros? I don't know. I never know how to pronounce that. Leave me alone. The lesson of Musk's effort to shut down the U.S. government and depose the Republican House Speaker is that he has no interest in building, maintaining, or managing anything responsibly. We know that already from how he runs X, the company he has all but destroyed. No, it's dead. It's destroyed. Since being forced by a court to buy it. The only things that have kept his two significant companies afloat have been teams of well-compensated lawyers and engineers who have kept federal subsidies, loans, and contracts, which none are endangered by the looming shutdown, flowing to both companies. Musk, like Trump, does not believe rules should apply to rich men. They don't. As long as the rest of us keep rewarding them for that, they will not be deterred, and neither will the next crop of rich men. And now, with Musk mimicking Trump, we have two chaos agents tearing the basic functions of government apart, and might I note, the fabric of reality, while betraying and mocking the rule of law. This is the first test of the United States to keep functioning under this new radical unleashed Trump. So far, this nation is failing and falling. Yes, it is, my friends. Failing and falling. I think I shared a TikTok or an Instagram reel today of, like, some guy who's got a degree in history. And he was talking about how, on average, empires last about 250 years. And then he's like, so how long has America been established now? Interesting. The answer is roughly 250 years. We're kind of due for an entire change in government and empire. It's not looking good. I would love to be positive, but if you think you've seen something bad in the last, like, 30 to 40 years, I think it's about to get significantly fucking worse. And it's so weird because all roads are leading to totalitarianism, a dictatorship, fascism. I don't, I mean, I guess I do know. I do know why it's headed that way because I think that's just kind of an inevitability when you have such a capitalistic society and you reward like rich men who cut corners and skip steps. Like you're gonna inevitably have that oligarchy, which is inevitably going to be like the totalitarianism, and it just is sad times. Well, I guess I just as well enjoy speaking about it while I can. I laugh because I'm nervous. So speaking of fascism, and we're kind of jumping around a bit. Speaking of fascism and Nazism and all that stuff, let's look at the fact. And if you noticed on my thumbnail for this live stream, I have a picture of President Elon Trump, and under it is a direct quote from him from Twitter talking about how only the AFD can save Germany. And if you're familiar at all, which I get if you're not, because like I'm like, what the heck? So it's like the AFD is a very right-winged political party in Germany that was established in I think like 2013 or something, so it's fairly new. But it's a very how should I say, like nativist party, like nativism, like they don't like any immigration to Germany at all. Very, their own thing. So much and so on and so forth and so on. So on and so forth. What the fuck am I saying? What can I help you? I think I looked it up here on ChatGPT. Yes, I did. ChatGPT. Sometimes it's okay. Let's see. The alternative für Deutschland, or the alternative for Germany, is a political party in Germany that was funded in 2013. It originally emerged as a Eurosceptic party opposing Germany's role in European bailouts during the Eurozone crisis. However, over time, it shifted its focus towards issues of immigration, nationalism, and cultural identity, which now form the core of its platform. Here's an overview of the ADF's beliefs and ideals. Immigration and nationalism. The AfD takes a strong stance against immigration, particularly from Muslim-majority countries, often citing concerns over cultural integration and security. They advocate for stricter border controls and oppose what they view as mass migration. They propose reparation programs for refugees and oppose policies supporting multiculturalism. Sound familiar? Sounds kind of like what we're doing here, huh? Interesting. Euro and European Union. The party is Eurosceptic, criticizing the European Union's centralization of power. Initially, they called for Germany to leave the Eurozone, but have since moderated their position to advocate for reforming the EU to reduce bureaucracy and nationalize more decision-making powers. The AfD promotes a version of German sovereignty, rejecting international agreements they perceive as infringing on Germany's autonomy, climate accordance, or migration pacts. They oppose military involvement abroad and advocate for Germany to prioritize its own national interests. Anti-Islam stance. Blah, 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 blah. Who else has an anti-Islam stance? Oh, gee, I don't know. America? Let's see. The AfD is skeptical of climate change policies and opposes Germany's transition to renewable energy, viewing it as economically harmful. You know who else is skeptical of climate change policies and opposes transition to renewable energy? America. Social conservatism. The party emphasizes traditional family values, opposing same-sex marriage, and gender-neutral policies. Gee, you know who else? Need I keep going on? They criticize political correctness and argue against what they describe as the left-wing cultural dominance. The left-wing cultural dominance kind of sounds like the woke mind virus that Elon Musk keeps talking about. Of course Elon Musk supports this. Of course Elon Musk likes these people. I mean, it's like And you know these people, you know people like Elon Musk, you know that he knows what he's doing, right? I mean, we all like to think of him as stupid, and rightly so. But you know he knows what he's doing. A lot of these people, these sort of like seemingly underground like Nazi supporters, like you think it's a conspiracy, right? But so many times this comes out, like they'll say a little thing here, say a little thing there, that kind of you can pick out and definitely align with like Nazi ideals, but it's still very kind of like buried and interwoven with a lot of other dialogue. And then when it comes out like very vehemently, people aren't really taking it seriously, I don't think. And it's either because people know and have seen this coming, so it's not a surprise, or their heads are so up their asses they don't recognize that this is Nazi stuff. They don't. They're just like, oh, this is normal, right? We want traditional families. We don't want same-sex marriage. We don't want gender neutral policies. We don't want immigration. We don't want climate change. We don't want all this stuff. Like we don't want any of this. Like this is very aligned with what's going on here in America. So of course Elon Musk would like this. Fascism is here at America's door. It's coming. It's happening. It's beginning. It's already started. In fact, it's already begun. We're already here. We're like no, we're like the water's barely touching our ball hairs, as we're going in the pool of fascism. It's starting to touch our balls. We're not quite balls deep. It's touching our testicle hairs. Let's see. Mark says, in May, France's far-right party, led by Marine Le Pen, split from the AFD in its Europe Parliament coalition after the Germans' party top candidate. Isn't that like super like fascist like French lady? You hope I talk about drones later? I thought about that and I'm not, because like there's not really anything to talk about, honestly. There's things in the air. People are paranoid. Everyone's paranoid. Everyone's giving weird answers. I think it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Yes. So, let's see. I just wanted to talk about what the AFD. Let's see. The AFD has been embroiled in numerous controversies due to allegations of ties to the far-right extremist and neo-Nazi groups, anti-immigration rhetoric, and critics describe it as xenophobic or racist. Surveillance by German domestic intelligence agency in certain regions due to the concerns over anti-constitutional activities. Despite these controversies, the AfD has gained significant support, particularly in former East Germany. They are represented in the Bundestag, Germany's federal parliament, and various state parliaments, often as the leading opposition party in some states. If you have further questions... Oh, no, that's ChatGPT talking to me. Shut up, bitch! Anyways... Elon Musk is backing far-right alternative for Germany, AfD, triggering an outcry in Berlin in the run-up to a critical snap election. Only the AfD can save Germany, the billionaire wrote. Only the AfD can save Germany. Has that man no borders? He doesn't. He really doesn't. He just... Elon Musk is the complete embodiment and incarnation of just the archetype of fucked up billionaire. Like anything you could possibly imagine about just like a cliche character trope of a piece of shit billionaire that doesn't give a fuck about anything himself and is just completely balls deep into politics and the political system and all that stuff like that, and has got their fingers into like political policies and things. Like he's it, like, and I think this is part of like where I personally feel like disassociative like, I disassociate from it. And not because, like, I don't know. It's not because of, like, the horrible shit. It's just, it's so unreal to me in some ways. Like, sometimes I feel like we're just living in a cheesy 80s movie. You know what I mean? Like a weird, cheesy, action-packed 80s movie. Like, Jean-Claude Van Damme is going to come have a one-on-one fight with Elon Musk at some point. And that's going to be our only hope. Let's see, Musk has recently supported European populist right politicians in increasingly clear terms, including Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and Reform UK leader Nigel Farage. Earlier this week, Farage boasted that Musk is right behind him. It's just so funny. Yeah. Anyways, earlier this week, Farage posted that Musk, and raised the prospect that the tech tycoon would financially back his Reform UK party. Richest man in the world. Okay. Richest man in the world. Basically, like, a fucking Bond villain here. Backing up particularly, like, fascist parties. For anyone out there who thinks, like, fascism and Nazism and just totalitarianism, for those of you who think it's like a big conspiracy and it's not real and it's not happening and that's just like going too far and people are taking, like, they're just, you know, accentuating it, they're like exaggerating it and stuff like that. Like, if you don't think that's actually happening, like, you're either willfully ignorant or your head is so severely shoved up your ass, like, you're seeing through the fabric of space and time. It's here, folks. Anyways, the AfD endorsement also served as a stark rebuke by U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's most powerful advisor of the Conservative Alliance that is likely to lead Germany following a snap election set for February 23rd. Friedrich Merz, the Conservative candidate leading to the race to becoming the next chancellor, has portrayed himself as a leader who'd be able to make deals with Trump, despite European fears that the president-elect will start a trade war and withdraw American military support for Ukraine. It will. AfD leaders, of course, were pleased by Musk's endorsement. Yes, you are perfectly right, Alice Weidel said, the ADF's chancellor candidate, posted on X shortly after Musk's mission. Of course, she's like, yes, goddamn, we need the richest man to back us up in our Nazi party. Weidel then plugged a recent interview she gave on, she put it how socialists make ruined our country. And now the Soviet European Union was destroying Germany. Anyways, among mainstream political leaders in Germany, however, the most prompted a backlash. We have freedom of speech, which also applies to multi-billionaires, said in a press conference in Berlin. But a freedom of speech also means you can say things that are not right and do not contain good political advice. Yeah, okay. The AfD is polling in second place at 19% ahead of Germany's early election, potentially setting up to become the largest opposition party in the next parliament. Germany's Conservative Alliance leads the race by a wide margin of 31%. Musk, who is closely allied to the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, has long expressed sympathy for the AfD, but also some uncertainty about the party's stances. Why is there such a negative reaction from some about the AfD, the tech billionaire wrote ex-June. They keep saying far right, but the policies of the AfD that I've read about don't sound extremist. Maybe I'm missing something? Yeah, you are. A screw, a crayon, your cheese is sliding off your cracker. I don't know. Maybe you're missing that other hit of ketamine. Despite the newfound love between Musk and the AfD, the far right has opposed Tesla's gigafactory in the German state of Brandenburg surrounding Berlin. We will not tear it down, but of course it is a problem, the party's frontrunner said during the debate. We will not tear it down, but of course it is a problem. I can't do a German accent very well, okay? It probably sounds like I'm making fun of them. I'm making fun of these Germans, the AfD specifically. They can go fuck themselves. I really don't give a fucking shit. Anyways, so much of the AfD finished with over 29 49% of the vote. The AfD is surging despite its growing radicalism and persistent warnings from mainstream leaders that it is an extremist, even Nazi party. Growing support for the far right comes despite state-level domestic intelligence. Authorities classify some of the local branches of the party as extremist organizations aiming to undermine German democracy. So much stuff. So much shit going on there. Let's see, let's check back in with chat. Mark says, so Musk is praising a party that is too fascist for Marine Le Pen. Yes. Heretical response says, I don't want my balls touched. That's fine. I don't want mine touched either. I think it's pretty concerning. I don't know. It's just so odd, right? Like, you go through grade school and you learn about World War II, and it's always like Germany, Nazis bad, Nazis bad, Nazis bad. And Americans were very much like, no, Nazi regime, none of that. And now we are just like right there, headed that way. Why does society, like, why do people in power just, like, want this? Like, why? Like, what? It's gotta be, like, just some brain wiring, I think. Because anybody who's, like, actually born in a situation of, like, poverty, and you don't necessarily have to be born in poverty, but, like, anybody who's not born, like, into riches and gold and leadership, like, you have a lot to think about those things, right? About how people are leading and ruling and affecting you and your personal life. You have a lot of thought about that. But when you're on the other side of that, as the person who's just willy-nilly born into the riches and the ruling, I don't think they even have the cognitive functions to think that way because they've never experienced it. It's just so odd to me, though. But that's just because, like, I can't think in that sort of, like, billionaire aspect where, like, people are just, like, things. And, I mean, like, so what? All these people are in power? Like, what happens when all, like, the impoverished people die? Like, what is it just, like, what's the end goal? Like, what's the ultimate end goal? I never know with these people. I never know. We're already like almost an hour into streaming, so we are definitely not reading all these billions, like fucking 50. Or how many articles do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. Like over 20 articles. Let's look at Bernie Sanders for a minute. Let's see, Bernie Sanders. This is posted the 18th. Bernie Sanders blasts President Elon Musk for derailing spending the deal. Senator Bernie Sanders took aim at mogul Elon Musk for saying any lawmaker supporting the newly unveiled end-of-the-year continuing resolution funding deal should be voted out of office. Democrats and Republicans spend months negotiating a bipartisanship agreement to fund our government. The richest man on earth, President Elon Musk, doesn't like it. Will Republicans kiss the rings? Sanders wrote in a post on the social platform X on Wednesday. Damn, he's spicy. Billionaires must not be allowed to run our government. Billionaires must not be allowed to run our government. Anyways, the prominent, so he said. So Musk made posts Wednesday calling for lawmakers who support the continuing resolution to be voted out of office. Sanders previously called out billionaires who have embraced President-elect Trump in supporting their agendas. Any member of the House or Senate who voted for this outrageous spending bill deserves to be voted out in 2 years, Musk wrote. Please call your elect representatives right away to tell them how you feel, he added in a separate post. They are trying to get this passed today while no one is paying attention. God, imagine all these fucking sweaty, fucking basement, stinky dwelling incels quivering at the chance to help Musk do anything, and then trolling actual, like, political officials. Like, come on now. Capitol Hill leaders are scrambling to pass the stopgap funding bill called a continuing resolution to avoid government shutdown Friday. The bipartisanship deal unveiled Tuesday night would push the funding deadline to March 14th, giving the incoming Republican majorities of both chambers of Congress more time to discuss funding with Trump. Musk, who is set to co-lead Trump's newly formed Department of Government Efficiency alongside with Vivek Ramaswamy, had come out against the deal early Wednesday morning in another post saying it should not pass. Similarly, Ramaswamy also urged lawmakers to vote against the deal Wednesday if they are serious about government efficiency. Ramaswamy kind of sounds like annoying and nasally. And he was arguing it is full of excessive spending, special interest, and giveaways, and pork barrel politics. The legislation will end up hurting many of people it purports to help. Debt-fueled spending sprees may feel good today, but it's like showering cocaine on an addict. It's not compassion, it's cruelty. Ramaswamy wrote on X. Okay. So is giving Elon Musk, like, all this say not showering ketamine on a ketamine addict? Just saying. Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance also called for Republicans to approve a clean stopgap funding bill paired with a hike to the debt ceiling Wednesday, saying the previous government funding measure negotiated by Speaker Mike Johnson should be torpedoed. Good choice of word there. Trump says any Republican lawmaker who backs the CR without including an increase to the debt limit should face a primary challenge. Doesn't surprise me. I do like what Bernie said, though. Let's see. Yeah, this is more about Germany's far-right party, which I feel like we could get into more later as we get into these things. Yeah. Fine bunch. 7 facts about Germany's AfD party. Mark's like, when your parents own a South American emerald mine, you might grow up a little out of touch. I fucking hate the stupid, like, Elon Musk butt lickers who, like, love licking his booty hole. And they're like, he built his empire from the ground up. He didn't grow up with money. He wasn't privileged. It's like his parents owned an emerald mine. His parents owned an emerald mine. What do you mean you weren't born into privilege? What is he saying? All right, here's Elon Musk. The people voted for major government reform. They didn't vote for you, though, honey. Your actions turned a bill that weighed pounds into a bill that weighed ounces. What? This guy just, like, takes ketamine and, like, posts on Twitter. Breaking news, the third spending bill has passed the House of Representatives with Democrat support. A government shutdown has been avoided. True? Okay. X may have cut the pork out of this bill. He must now go to work cutting the pork out of the government entirely. Okay. We'll see. Make kids, not war? Ugh, fuck. Can Elon Musk stop making children? That poor child. He's just an accessory to him. Let's see. Grok. If you're not familiar with Grok, Grok is an sort of a AI service, like chat thing, and it also does images, and it's on Twitter. So it's kind of like ChatGPT, but it's called Grok, and it's by, for Twitter X, Elon Musk. But like, so this person asked it about the new spending bill and released a summary, but the summary is incorrect, as there is an actual community note on this that Grok is wrong. The third bill does not include a provision to change or raise the debt ceiling. Interesting. This is a broken system. This post is from an account you muted. Well, what did I mute? Who did I mute? End wokeness. Oh, probably because they said something. Germany in a nutshell. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't want to look at that anymore. I don't want to look at that anymore. I don't want to look at Elon Musk anymore. Yeah, he tried to shut down the government. I think it is. Might still be. I don't know. So something else that's happening. I'd like to read this out a little bit. This will probably be... Oh, wait, no. Not from you. This is something that Elise brought up to me. So, recently, under GOP bill, the funding for pediatric cancer research was cast aside. Republicans would rather cut taxes for billionaire donors than fund them with fund research for children with cancer, says the House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries argued. When the House Speaker Mike Johnson reached a bipartisanship agreement to prevent a government shutdown, the Louisiana Republicans signed off on a variety of measures to be included in the year-end bill. This wasn't much of a surprise. Not only did he need to get the Democratic support for the bill, but many lawmakers in both parties saw the spending package as their last opportunity to advance key priorities before the end of Congress. The day after the bill was unveiled, GOP officials abandoned the bipartisanship deal and got to work on a Republican-only alternative. Not surprisingly, they omitted Democratic priorities that Johnson had already agreed to. Go away. But it's worth appreciating that what it means in practical terms. The Bulwark's Sam Stein, an NBC contributor, took a closer look at the list of provisions left in the dust heap. That was not short. Including among the GOP's cuts were all kinds of consumer protections. A bill to curtail deep fake pornography. Oh, a bill... Oh. Does that mean that there's less protections on deep fake pornography, which means the incels can have a heyday? Anyways, that's another... God, there's so many things we could cover right now. Like, we could just keep going down rabbit holes, and I'm trying to just keep this focus. Restrictions on outbound U.S. investments in China and bill to secure some semiconductor supply chains. But some of the most notable provisions struck from the Republicans' bill related to medical research. Stein's report specifically referenced funding scrapped from GOP package that was supposed to go towards combating pediatric cancer. Are you kidding me? Like... This is what I'm talking about that sort of like fantasy dystopian thing of why I just kind of like disassociate from this kind of stuff, because it feels like we're living in a comic book. Like, really, you're going to go after the kids with cancer? That's like the one like moral thing in any story anywhere, is like, you just don't fuck with kids with cancer. What does it say? The slimmed-down version was stripped of a language that would have allowed children with relapsed cancer to undergo treatments with a combination of cancer drugs and therapies. The bill also didn't include an extension of a program that gave financial lifelines in form of vouchers to small pharmaceutical companies working in rare pediatric diseases. It was also missing earlier provisions that would have allowed kids on Medicaid or a chip, that is, poor children, to access medically... complex care across the state lines. Okay, so I get what's going on here. They got this shit, so they reached some what is it, compromise, and that's why we've avoided the shut down. But in that, and I believe I heard earlier that also includes extensions for like, is it SNAP benefits or just food stamp benefits? Which means quite literally some families will go hungry this holiday season, this Christmas, which is absolutely fucked. If this isn't quite enough, Stein's report added that there is also funding for the Gabriella Miller Kids First research program named after a 10-year-old Virginia girl who died in an inoperable brain tumor in 2013 that helped to fund pediatric cancer research. It used to enjoy bipartisan support, and since it was up for reauthorization this year, no one was especially surprised when it was included in the continuing resolution earlier this week, ensuring that the program would continue for another decade. When Republicans took out their editing pens, however, the program was removed. Stein talked to Nancy Goodman, the founder and executive director of Kids vs. Cancer, who called it a completely heart-wrenching outcome. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries wrote in a message published to Blue Sky, Republicans would rather cut taxes for billionaire donors than fund research for children with cancer. That is why our country is on the brink of government shutdown. And the New Yorker Democrat concluded, welcome back to the MAGA swamp. I don't imagine we've ever heard this. We've heard the last of this one. Yeah. So thanks. Yeah. Now we're cutting, literally starving families. We're cutting research. We don't even get research. I mean, never mind. Like cutting treatment was fucking sucks, but like cutting research. Are you serious? Something about biolabs. Oh my God. Fuck's sakes. Oh, this, yeah. Republicans consider making Elon Musk Speaker of the House. Please, God, no. Several Republican lawmakers in Congress are calling on billionaire Elon Musk, President-elect Donald Trump's pick, to co-lead a supported commission on government efficiency to replace current Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, the U.S. Constitution stipulates that the House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other officers, but it doesn't require a person to be duly elected member of the House before becoming a Speaker. Okay. If Republicans move forward with this plan, it will be the first time ever that a Speaker of the House was not also representative within the House. The Speaker of the House need not be a member of Congress, Paul said. He believes Musk would be a good choice to disrupt the swamp. Oh, my... Really, people. Far-right Rep Marjorie Taylor Gross agreed with Paul's assessment, saying she could be up to supporting Elon Musk first Speaker of the House. Jesus Christ. Senator Mike Lee of Utah said that one of the two heads of the soon-to-be reformed Department of Government Efficiency, Musk or Vivek Ramaswamy, should become Speaker of the House. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think we need to go a little outside of the box. I think we need to look to a different place. What the fuck does that even mean? Choose one of them. I don't care which one to be our speaker. Okay, thank you for the most useless fucking comment. Some Democratic lawmakers also joked that Musk should run the House, issuing a tongue-in-cheek commentaries about how he seemingly already runs it, and the billionaire recently managed to kill spending bills through dozens of posts on X. If Elon Musk is kind of cosplaying as a co-president here, I don't know why Trump doesn't just hand it to him. The Oval Office or the Speaker, Johnson, should maybe just hand Elon Musk the gavel if they just want the billionaire to run our country. Yeah, right? Right? Thank you, Greg. Like, that's kind of my attitude. It's like, well, why don't we just have him run everything then? You know, we're already there. Like, why are we beating around the bush? And which is interesting because it's like I'm already worried about like Trump running a second term, but at this point I'm just pretty well convinced momentarily at the moment, ATM, convinced at the moment that we don't have a President Trump. This is just President Musk. Like it's all Musk is our president. Donald Trump is not the president. Elon Musk is the president. Congratulations to us. Here's a congratulatory basket of like muffins and cyanide. Musk is your president. Musk and Ramaswamy have made it clear that as heads of Doge, they intend to consider making cuts to safety net programs, including Social Security. As Speaker of the House, Musk could fast-track legislation that would make those cuts. Of course, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, honestly. Everything is just so shit right now. On social media, Musk frequently peddles conspiracy theories and amplifies anti-Semitic and transphobic talking points. There's no question that a speaker Musk would push anti-trans legislation 100 fucking percent. Because Elon Musk is still butthurt about his trans daughter and the quote-unquote woke mind virus. You don't think trans people are going to be personally targeted? Abso-fucking-lutely. We're going to be wearing a patch. I'm going to be wearing the trans patch. Like in the freaking... they didn't have a specific trans patch in the Holocaust because they didn't believe in trans people actually existing. They just categorized them with, like, the gay people. So I'll just be wearing the fucking pink triangle. That'll be my life. Musk would likely make an unpopular choice for Speaker of the House, according to Quinnipiac University poll that was published this week. Only 39% of the voters favorable view of Musk, while 44% say they have an unfavorable view. So it doesn't matter. That's still close. If Musk were appointed to a role like speakship, his approval ratings would likely plummet even more. Asked the same poll whether they like the idea of Musk playing a prominent role in Trump administration, only 41% of the voters said they approve of the idea, while 53% said they disapprove. So as you can see, Elon Musk is very busy, and we don't really see much of Donald Trump doing much. What does this say?
a.m. Elon Musk tweeted, this bill should not pass. We can show this to our viewers if we have the graphic available right there. 4:15 a.m. yesterday. Trump did not come out and say anything about all of this on social media until late yesterday afternoon, nearly 13 hours later. We can put that Truth Social post from Donald Trump up there if we can. I guess, what are your thoughts on all of this? I mean, what's the feeling among Democrats right now? Who's in charge? Is it Elon Musk? Is it Donald Trump? What's going on?
Well, for me personally, it appears that Elon Musk is trying to take the role as an unelected president. And in fact, that Donald Trump, it appears, is following his orders. And of course, the consequences are grave. When you look at what could take place, and I've been through government shutdowns before, we have services that will be halted. We have people who would be furloughed. This is the holiday season. We'll have TSA agents who won't be paid. We'll have total chaos again. The economic impacts of a shutdown are devastating, and it hurts people, everyday people. And so to be able to blow up a bipartisan deal that would keep the government open, that would allow the negotiations to move toward another deadline in March, to me is just irresponsible. But it says a lot about Donald Trump, and it says a lot about allowing a non-elected billionaire to run our government.
I think that's a good note to end on, honestly. That note of just a billionaire is running our government, people. A billionaire. This reality that we're living in right now is so anti-Neogenian. This is just like the fucking opposite of what we even stand or strive for. To have somebody like this, like, running our country, and at this point, who gives a shit about Trump? Like, I'm more concerned about fucking President Musk. That is funny, though. I love that. That hairdo is, like, perfect. He's a poodle Trump. President Musk and poodle Trump. Yeah. Oh, hi, Laura. Yes, you did just get in here just in time for me to be done. I'm sorry about that. But you can always, as all, can go back and rewatch everything. But holy shit, yeah. People, keep your spirits up. Stay strong. Continuing to live and survive is an act of defiance in a world like this. And I just cannot stress enough. We got to live to see the day and raise a future generation that's going to overcome this stuff. If it doesn't happen in our time, we have to raise the next generation to take this on, okay? Okay. I don't know what else to say. I think it's just so depressing, honestly. It's so depressing. Like, why he's doing all of this? Why? Why is our government allowing this? Why? Why? So. All right, my friends. I think... What do you think? Tell me what you think. What do you think? Let's see. Imaginista says UBI and healthcare for all would help so much to prevent stigma attached to welfare, SNAP, Medicare recipients. Yeah, I never got attacking people who are dependent on these sort of systems. They're not our enemies. In fact, they wouldn't be dependent on things like SNAP and Medicare and all that if it wasn't for, you know, the travesty of a society that we live in at the moment. Like I'm on Medicare. In fact, that was one of the things I was talking about. Like if there is like a government shutdown, I'm like, oh, that would be kind of inconvenient because I'm still in the middle of legally changing my name in certain areas, and I literally, like, I was thinking today, I keep putting it off this week. I'm like, I have to call in and like change my name there with like the social services, so like I can actually be under the correct name when I get my medications and go to the doctor and stuff like that. So I mean, if there's a government shutdown, it's like I'm gonna have to wait, and even if it gets put back up, it's like, will that even be available federally? Because state-wise, I am classified as a non-binary person, right? Like, according to California state, they recognize me as non-binary. But what does that mean on the federal level? Jack shit. Jack fucking shit. Okay, they're gonna be more concerned about what's in my pants than they are about what my pronouns are. So it's a little concerning how that's going to end up for trans children and trans adults. Mark says the USA is a heartless kleptocracy now. Crony capitalism writes its own rules. Yes, that, you know what? I like that description. I mean, I don't like that we have this description, but it's the heartless kleptocracy. Really works. They're not just stealing money, they're stealing lives. But as I said, keep your chin up. Okay? There's still some hope. There's a little bit of hope worth fighting for in this world. Always. Always. I want to do that. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for visiting, everybody. We shall see you again when we see you again. Take care of yourselves. Relax. You know, if you have anger, express it in a good way. Express it in a way that benefits you and builds your confidence. Don't just throw it away and beat yourself up over things. Because frankly, the world's a violent place right now. The world's very violent right now. We didn't ask for this, and the last thing you need to do is commit more violence towards yourself, because that's what they want, and that's how they win. Cassie! Oh my god. Did I say hi to you? You've been in here for a while, I swear. Did I say hi to you? Cassie's one of our amazing moderators. Good to see you, Cassie. And Mark says, I didn't invent the word kleptocracy. It means rule of thieves. That's still a cool word, though. Like, I would have never heard of that before. All right, friends. We'll see you later. Take care. Have a good weekend. We'll see you later. Bye.
All our minds, we put the work in, we got some work, man. I started to do, I started to do, I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop off fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I